Pepe coin is going to be today's topic on a daily time frame mostly. So straight to the point, we are expecting two possible ways. So just quickly showing you here is if we break this zone here, there is a slight possibility of seeing like push to upper zones towards this like all-time high, which is like let's see 70% of market price movement. But the second scenario we are looking for is a probable break of this like bullish trend. You can see after this like huge upward movement, 7-8x basically, and we have been gliding on this like trend, one tap, second, third, fourth, fifth, and now we are seeing some kind of like push to upper zones, and also price is currently securing the both 100, so this is the 100 and 200 EMAs. Now, if bulls manage to secure this zone here, as we already mentioned, we might see a slight breakout, retest, and this would be an ideal like buy zone for us. Now, if we see any like weakness here, and we might see like let's remove these ones here so you get a better understanding. Okay, let's keep this one. Now, if we see any weakness, and we might get rejected here and move back to this zone, so this is going to be a scenario of this color, and we see any kind of struggle from bulls here, and of course sellers will take dominance, break, retest, and if this retest is going to be successful here, then there is a high probability of seeing like further downward movement to the lower zones. Now, what's interesting actually, of course, all these like FVG gaps here, but this is not the main thing that concerns us. The main thing is let's go on a 4-hour time frame. Now, where is this thing? Horizontals. Now we see multiple FVG zones, CME gaps that needs to be filled. So these are going to be blue zones here. This is the first one. So on upper side, we don't see any of those. This is the all-time high. Now another one here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This one here as well. And the last one is here basically. Now 4 zones. Let's go back on a daily time frame. 4 zones, 4 FVG zones. Again FVG, I mean CME gaps, and there is a high probability of seeing these three to be filled within like a next couple of weeks. And this one, the last one, okay, there is a possibility of this being filled, but only if we see a break from this zone here. So from this zone here, the third CME gap. So overall, our scenario is going to be like this, going on a 4-hour time frame. We are going to wait for this zone here. Let's take again the brush. So if we see that buyers will secure this yellow line here, too many lines already. So let's just remove like this. If we see that buyers will secure this line here, then there is a high possibility of seeing like this all-time high zone to be touched. And if we break this zone here, then most likely another like bullish momentum might happen, like 100% of market price movement, but only if we break this zone. Now, this is like a bigger time frame thing. Once again, breaking this would result in a nice retest, and this would be a nice buying opportunity zone for us. So 1, 2, 3 to the upper zones, and stop loss should be somewhere near like those 100 and 200 EMAs. So overall, the risk and reward ratio is pretty high, 1 to 6, which is good. Now, if we see or if we fail to secure the zone, then of course this bullish scenario will fail. We will test this trend again. And if we fail to secure this trend or the buyers fail to secure this trend, then a nice downward movement will happen. Of course, not like 100% as an upward moment, but still some kind of like either like, let's see, 30% almost, 45% or 58% of market price movement. Now, this first CME gap will most likely get filled if we reach this zone here or if you get like any rejection here. But again, in a couple of days, we'll get like more clarity here. So all we can do right now is just wait for this zone, and as soon as we see any kind of either a breakout attempt or a weakness, and we see either bulls or bears will take like control of this zone, from there on we will decide either we will like go for a long position here, which already like 60%, or a possible downward movement to the first CMA gap. This would be the first target. So towards this zone, 30%. This is it basically on the Pepe coin. So let's see what will happen in the next couple of weeks, maybe even like this weekend. So